Enjoy your run.
Hello, what is going on? I am astronumous, and I am here with, as mentioned prior, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. Any percent no wrong warp or out of bounds with my code commentator, TGH.
Yo, what's up?
Alright, so, well, let's just start the run real quick in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so some of you probably have seen the warpless run that happened earlier. This is, well, it's the same mechanics generally speaking, but we're actually going to be doing something, well, we're going to be doing a lot differently. The routes are completely different. And so, first thing to note is our rule set, no wrong warps or no out of bounds. So, no wrong warps is no using the backs of transitions to enter the glitched world in any way, shape, or form, just to keep things clean. And then, of course, no out of bounds is, well, you could write a whole thesis on the out of bounds rule set, but just to be more general with it, you can't go more than one tile outside of the accessible area of the game, and that just allows us to have a broken run, but also a fun run.
Yeah, I guess one more stipulation to the out of bounds rules is that you cannot transition within 3 pixels clipped out of, while more than 3 pixels clipped into a wall, which is actually really easy to do, and you'll see that throughout the run. It's something just called wall clipping. You can clip in the walls naturally by just walking into the corner of them. But for now, we're going to farm rupees, because we do need some rupees to start off this run, and as usual, these Gordos are being very generous, for lack of a better
Wow.
word here. Wow, yeah,
This is my
really
luck right here. Alright, grass. Bail me out, please.
Typical.
Hello? Hello?
LADX!
Yep. So yeah, we need to farm rupees. We are not getting any of that. Hello? I just went a whole screen without a rupee.
So basically, alright, so we can do something called rupee duping, which does help. I don't think it's actually happened once yet, though.
Oh yeah, we have. We got a one dupe on. Okay. Oh my god, thank you.
There we go.
Jeez, okay. 215 shop entrance. Let's go.
Yeah, so by holding out your shield and letting a rupee land on you, you actually have a 1 in 2 chance, based on frame rules. Also, flashing lights warning for just, yeah, that can get intense. But you have a 1 in 2 chance based on frame rules for the rupee to count twice. And now we're going to quote-unquote buy these bombs. And by buy these bombs, I mean we're gonna talk to the shopkeeper with the bombs. The game's gonna give you the bombs because it checks for whether or not you have 10 rupees, and we just save and quit before we're forced to pay. And then we steal the bow. So we're basically just right away committing a bunch of criminal acts on Pothole Island.
It's fine.
No big deal. No big deal.
Don't worry, Thief will save the day.
Thief will indeed save the day. And then we use the 10 rupees for real to buy some, you know, we buy a sack of powder from...
Yeah, that we only use once.
Yeah.
We only use it once ever. Or, well, twice if you do a trick that I may do. I don't know, I'll see about it later. I'm still thinking about it, but we'll see. But anyways, for all intents and purposes, you only use it once, and it sucks.
So we're just gonna enter Madame Meow Meow's house right there to create a save point. Because after we get the tail key, we're gonna save and quit. And nice bomb trigger there.
Yep.
So that was called a bomb trigger. I feel like you're better than I am at explaining bomb triggers, but I can give it a go if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll explain it after I do the second one, because I need to actually kind of focus for this one, because I can't, well,
yeah,
I could buffer it, but I want to go for unbuffered. Nice, okay. So, bomb triggers. Very complicated, and I'll try to give a brief summary of it. But basically, we abused bomb arrow mechanics using sprite slots by placing two bomb arrow requirements on the same screen. We are fooling the game into thinking we are firing a bomb arrow, and we are updating the event in the first event slot, which just so happens to be cutscenes on a lot of screens, and we do that to activate a bunch of different triggers.
Yeah, including cutscenes that we do not meet the requisites to be able to play. Yeah, but those bomb triggers right there only saved a couple of seconds each go, but we have some much more important bomb triggers in this run to be beheld.
Yeah. So this is Dungeon 1, home to the most broken item in this game. Magic Rod is not broken in this game, but instead we have the Rock's Feather, which basically is the reason why it's rule set, because we're going to be able to do a trick coming up that completely just demolishes this game. So yeah. I'll just explain it right now. Super jumps. If you're clipped 1 to 3 pixels into a wall, then up against said wall, jump, and then change your direction, your facing direction, to away from the wall. The game will think you were jumping from the upper ledge, and then you can just jump over stuff. And that can be used to get out of bounds. But we're not going to do that, so we're just going to be doing that basically everywhere we can to get over required blocks. So like this. Oh. Well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a good move. Hard reset.
Yeah.
I've
definitely not done that before. Haha. Ha.
Yeah, so like
Okay,
about super jumping. So when you jump off a cliff in this game, let's talk about layers for a second. This game doesn't have any. This game doesn't actually have layers, although it appears to. Like you can see, like it has like the staircase right there to give the illusion that you're moving between layers. What's actually happening is that's just a barrier. It's just like a one-way pass-through barrier, kind of like Pokemon ledges if you've played Pokemon. I know this is a Zelda channel, but let's talk about Pokemon for a sec, I guess. So the ledges that you can jump down, right? Like those are essentially one-way pass-throughs. As we go on to fight Moldorm here real quick. Moltburger.
Okay, that back part was good. Beginning, what was happening there?
So essentially what the game does when it quote-unquote brings you down a layer is it actually just kind of no-clips you until you hit the ground or until you land on the ground. And that's essentially why super jumps work the way they do. That's why we can jump quote-unquote over things, and when in reality you're actually just jumping through them. You're losing collision to jump through them or move through them.
Yeah. So yeah, now we have a long section of movement, which actually, I guess, why not talk about the movement? The movement in this game is really cool. You know, the Rock's Feather. So normally when you're moving diagonally, you only move 12 subpixels per frame. But with the Rock's Feather, you can actually speed that back up to your normal walking speed, going cardinally of 16 subpixels per frame. And so we can abuse that to, 1, get over gaps that we're not supposed to, and 2, we can just move faster. And then also little tricks that you can do at corners called corner boosts. It's a 2-frame window depending on the corner and where you are, and you can get a little bit of speed off of it. And that just allows you to save a couple frames here and there. So yeah, now time for Moblin Cave. Home to my least favorite thing in this entire game, but we make do. Great.
Don't be fooled, by the way, of the similarity of aesthetics and a lot of visual assets between this game and the Oracle games. This game operates on a completely different engine, and it becomes very, very apparent when you get the feather. The feather behaves very differently in this game. You do not maintain your speed in the Oracle games. or your max X and Y velocity in the Oracle games when jumping diagonally. In this game you do, and it's actually very jarring, or it can be very jarring if you're used to one style. But yeah, don't be fooled by that similarity in appearance.
Coming up, we're going to do a text clip here, and subpixels, that's fine. There we go. So yeah, we can just clip into a little rock there into the corner using text, which is really nice. And we're going to be doing that twice in the run to speed things up a little bit and skip going through long port. Why did I shoot an arrow there? Okay, so now for Dungeon 2, we have kind of a sort of a gauntlet of shooting things, because we're only here for one item before we leave, and that's the power bracelet. And we'll be coming back later, but right now we just want to... Wow. I now have perfect arrow precise now. I'm great. That's fun. Anyways, I'll just be careful. So yeah, we're just gonna be getting the power bracelet so we can basically rush to get to the rest of the game, because we can just finish this right at the end, because we'll... So hello. This boss is dead so fast that we don't even get to the music. It's fantastic.
Yeah, coming back into this place later on with boots and magic rod and the L2 bracelet and all the items that you do actually saves about 4 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, it's like closer to 10 now with with the genie fight, and then of course the faster Pole's voice room.
Right. Yeah, I forgot that the magic rod strat on genie is actually sort of a more recent development.
Yeah, it's like close. It's like a little over 2 seconds saved, roughly, which is really nice.
Alright, so now we're going to be making our way towards a trick called Villa Skip. So we have Richard living in a villa near a garden, which is very messy. It's called the Pothole Maze, I guess. But Richard wants you to Candlelit Castle and get 5 golden leaves. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to pause while falling into this hole and pause on the same frame that we fall. And what that's going to do is allow us to transition down below that screen when we're not supposed to, very obviously not supposed to, and fall into the maze. And the game brings you to the bottom of that screen just because there's no other tile accessible on that column that you can access, so it just brings you to the closest one. Yeah, it can be tricky to maneuver through and around that maze.
Yeah, getting a little antsy with that one, but it's fine. Now, time for Dungeon 3. But we don't need to open it from the front, we can just use noodle arms.
Yeah, because the game just checks to see if you're facing forward, or upward, rather.
Yeah.
And if you clip into the side of that, you can just activate the keyhole from there.
Okay, this room can really suck, but that was actually really good.
Yeah, that heart spawn was actually nice, because for whatever reason, bomb bites just explode upon touching a sprite in the room, including a heart that drops.
Yeah.
Pulling some extra enemies here for Piece of Power out, because Piece of Power is an item that increases your speed by, is it 1.25 or 1.5?
1.25.
1.25, thank you. It's that for both games. I have no excuse.
But it's only when you're walking, though.
Yeah.
So if you're jumping, it won't speed you up at all. It actually makes diagonal movement viable, though it's 15 subpixels per frame as opposed to 16. So if you want to save a subpixel per frame, you can diagonal jump.
Yeah, we just did something there called Dodongo Skip as well. So we did a super jump and clinked our sword off of the Dodongo, and Astra made that look really easy. Meanwhile, here we have a trick called French Press, and that is...
And I got the chest turn.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a really precise trick. So it has a 7-frame window to actually get the shield bump, but you also have to react to what part of the window you're on. And so that can be really tricky. Shield bumps in general out of super jumps are pretty tough.
Yeah, very swag though.
Yeah, saves like 3 to 4 seconds, which it looks like it doesn't save that much, but it saves a whole room plus, you know, having to do extra menus.
Alright, here we have split it into two parts.
It's a frame rule hell because it splits on certain frame rule patterns, and the entire opening to the fight could just could lose like 3 or 4 seconds because Slime just doesn't want to split open.
Yeah, the strat for that room is really cool, by the way, or that bosser. So when the eyes come crashing down from the ceiling, they actually will stun Link if he's standing on the ground. So I guess the game intends for you to use a feather in that fight, but instead we just use the boots to bonk off the wall to get us airborne.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and then in Glitchless, what we do is we set up a spin slash, and then we release the spin as they fall and kill them on the first frame that they land. But that's, of course, slower because we just want to... Because we have Piece of Power, we can make sure that that one cycle kills at the top of the room.
Hey friends, can I quickly read a donation for you?
Yeah, sure thing.
Alright, Pink Batman donated $50 saying, "Good luck on the run, Astra. Thank you for all you've done to help me learn this category as well. Let's kick Hans' butt." And I agree.
I agree. Also, well, I got health there.
Nice hard drop.
It's fine. It is absolutely fine. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with trying to go with the subpixels. I'm just gonna do it safe. So yeah, this is the first big bomb trigger of the run. This is Walrus Skip. So for Walrus Skip, so normally you'd have to talk to Mar. You have to do the whole chase sequence up to the pineapple, then talk to Marin, then do a whole cutscene, then bring her here, and then finally wake up the walrus. But instead we can just do a bomb trigger, or alternatively you can do a whole deload setup that I can't do because I don't have the resources for it. But basically you can skip the walrus entirely and we can just go straight to the angler key.
Yep, and fun fact, because you have Bow Wow in that cutscene, you have to leave the screen on the same frame that the cutscene is meant to start in order to have the walrus gone and also maintain control of Link at all. But as a byproduct of actually having Bow Wow, you have to either die or transition submaps, aka just enter a house or a cave and then come back. You have to do that in order to get your items back, in order to get your inventory back.
Yeah, and if you were to do the theoretical Bow Wow skip, you wouldn't have it all and you wouldn't have to die either because Bow Wow is the sole reason why your menu gets locked in the first place because the cutscene, because you're still technically considered in a cutscene at that point. So it just completely skips that since we can just let the cutscene finish. So really praying for good RNG on these arrows. Want to have at least fun leaving the maze. I may stick around here for a moment. Cool.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, ooh, I also got a dupe, which is nice. Yeah, you can also dupe resources like arrows and bombs. And it's really nice when it happens. Also, yeah, that's the Armos Knight. You can do a little strat there where you can stun lock the Armos Knight, and if you use a little trick, the Armos will slam down. Okay, please eat. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to get lucky. Please.
You wanted the other one really badly.
Please eat. Yeah, please eat this one. No. Yes, okay, that's at a really good arrow count now. Bow wasn't super nice to us today, but we'll make it through.
6 is still
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not preferable, it's just fine. Okay, please. Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna take that save a little bit. Yeah, these bomb fairies can really troll you.
Yeah, they do a whole heart of damage as well, so it was smart for Astra to avoid damage at all costs there.
Yeah. So we don't have flippers, but we have mad hops. So
Yeah,
we can just skip getting the flippers.
You might be wondering why we're doing Dungeon 6 so early, by the way. So we're doing Dungeon 6 before Dungeon 4 and Dungeon 5. So we want an item in here called the L2 bracelet, which allows you to lift heavier things, but that's not really that important. It allows you to lift the things in this dungeon, I guess. It allows you to progress through the dungeon, but more importantly, it serves as a flag to keep the ghost from spawning after you complete Dungeon 4, so we actually do not have to complete Dungeon 4 in 2 parts in this run, which we used to have to do before we knew that this was a thing.
Yeah, and also, like, through Jesus jumping, which is the trick that I did to even get frame perfect trick where you pause in the same frame that Link is about to drown, the game will consider Link grounded, and then you can just jump out of that. With that before, it was like, no one really thought it was that viable with D6, getting to D6 first, so took a little bit. Nice.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest parts of the run to optimize as well. We'll be seeing that right after the completion of Dungeon 6.
Yeah, and also in that tower room, I want to take damage at the end to get a damage boost so that I skip the door lag, which is really helpful because, yeah, so the game lags a bit every time a door opens, but if you are in the air or Link is just in any sort of event state, the game will just ignore that lag. So, you know, getting a damage boost up there is 1, faster, and 2, helps deal with that door lag.
Yeah, right here we're going to break D6 like completely in half with the super jump. That super jump has a 3-pixel window on the Y coordinate.
Yeah, and there's 2 pixels that you can soft lock at, and that can be really scary if you're just doing it really fast. I slowed down a little bit to make sure that I was at the right pixel window.
Here
also,
we have the most skillful room in the game.
Wow. Considering the
Alright.
luck this run, I'm surprised that actually worked out. Oh yeah, also forgot to mention shack jumps. If you, it's like similar to a super jump, except it's 1 and 2. If you are moving diagonally up against an interactable object, then jump while up against a wall, and then hold the opposite direction of Link's facing, you can just get a little unclipped super jump, and it's really nice. Used to do text clips there, but now you can just do it really fast. So this is
Here we have
Facade.
Facade, yes.
He's a functioning boss, yep.
Face from Nick Jr. makes his triumphant return, and by
Yeah.
triumphant I mean he's dead.
Yeah, you can basically just get 3 free hits in before he even spawns in. Also, that was not a bad D6. Wow. For once. Anyways,
Yeah, nice.
Now-
D6.
now coming up on the section that Tej alluded to earlier, which is the Jesus jumps. So, we don't have flippers. We're entirely surrounded by water, so we're going to need to find some way to get out of here, and so we're going to have to do a sequence of Jesus jumps to get out. So I'm going to need some focus. I'm going to see if I can get a 4 jump. Alright, I'm 1 pixel away from the transition. So yeah, you can get this screen in 2 jumps, but I barely missed it by 1 pixel, unfortunately. It's a couple of 3 buffers. That's fine. Take it nice and slow. Alright, there we go. Not the best Jesus jumps, but it's still really hard to get those consistent at all. And especially the opening one, it's frame perfect to get the skip, so it can be really tough. Yeah, so now that we are out, we are going to be making our way to the D4 keyhole. But first, I'm doing a little swag.
Are we doing
The
we're
bonks.
doing bonks?
I always do the bonks. I have not done... I literally have not done the tree route ever, so, you know.
Yeah,
this
this
is all
route,
I know.
in this category, if you have the L2 bracelet, this route saves 0.2 seconds over going around, and it's super swag.
Yeah, it's also just really fun. I don't know. I like going fast. It's cool, you know.
It's punishing if you fail,
Yeah.
but it is super swag.
Though funny enough, so you know that first bonk that I did on the rock? If you actually hold left on the second frame, you immediately fall. I don't know why. I think it's some weird subpixel thing. But if you hit it on the frame perfectly, you fall in. But if you get it on the third frame, it works.
Interesting.
No idea why. It just makes no sense to me.
By the way, Astra entered the cave there. Looked like she was about to go to D4. But it turns out that's just for a save warp. Because we're going to unlock D4 and then immediately save and quit back to that location.
Yeah, it's also faster than getting that warp earlier. And that getting the warp portal earlier, since we're just going to be heading to that screen anyways. Gotta go for the obstacle skip.
Oh,
The
that
run
was
is-
a good adjustment. Wow. Yeah, you were off by a little bit, but that adjustment was really nice.
Oh yeah, I intentionally did that. We're good. Alright, time for honestly one of my favorites. Not the favorite, but definitely up there. Dungeon 4. Honestly, it's just such a comfortable dungeon to play through fast, and it's just so fun. Because it's so short.
It's really short. It's under 2 minutes if done well.
Yeah.
And if done really well, it can be under 150 even.
Yeah, and that can be really nice. Oh, please. Oh, I'm not lined up. I'm gonna have to get a 3 buffer on this. There we go.
Yeah, so another thing about Jesus jumps is that when you...
Oh.
Oh boy.
Thanks, game. Please, let me Jesus jump. Oh my gosh. Let me in,
Let me in.
please.
Yeah, so Jesus jumps actually move you a pixel down on the Y coordinate in the water, which makes this possible. You know, if the enemies aren't giant jerks.
Yeah. Or, oh my god, please. Let me through. I beg of thee. So yeah, we can just skip doing the mini-boss like this. Now time for one of the worst rooms in the game.
I agree with that.
Because Helmosaurs are also the worst enemies in the game. Okay, there we go. So now we have the flippers. We can now swim. Actually, I'm trying to think. I think we only need the flippers twice in the entire run. Technically. To dive in D5 and then to fight the boss here. Also, cool little strat. Really swag. Really fun. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah, so really the only way to change your direction after doing a super jump, because you can't normally, the only way to change your direction is to deflect off of something, and we use that P-hat there. That P-hat's in a very good position to do that.
Yeah, we did that earlier with the Dongo skip by clinking off of the Dongo, and then also shield bumping is also applicable for that as well. Just anything that you can do to change your direction. Yeah, that didn't happen. Anyways. Hey, so we have like maybe a minute and a half, like less than a minute and a half, just for pure donations. It's just all movement. Read them out. If we have any, anyway.
Trez is deafened. I'm not sure.
Oh, well.
If you can hear.
Anyways, now I get to gush about Dungeon 5, my favorite dungeon. That is, I'm not sure if it's like actual love or Stockholm Syndrome, I don't know. But it is probably my favorite. Oh,
There's Trez.
Sorry. Was gone
Go
just
ahead.
for a second.
You're good. You're good.
Alright, so quickly for me to read 2 donations that I have on deck right now. The first one being from Coopery, donating $50 saying, "Thank you ZSR for helping support Pankron Network. Best of luck to Lulu Core later on the Triforce Heroes run. Unfortunately, you won't be around to watch the run live, but I'm excited to see TFH being showcased at another Speedrun Marathon." TFH, by the way, not TGH. Good luck, Lulu Core, you've got this. I'm not sure what to expect of the Triforce Heroes run, but it's gonna be fun. I'm pretty sure. Also, shoutouts to Lord the Oats donating $15 without a comment. Just saying, we're now at $8,920, so we're really closing in on the 10k, and I'm really hopeful that we can still make this happen. It would be an amazing feat to just say, okay, here we have 5 digits of donations. So let's get that done, shall we? We all do this today this weekend for the Pankron Network, a foundation trying to improve treatment understanding and science about pancreatic cancer to make treatment easier, to develop new methods of helping patients with pancreatic cancer, and that's a great cause that we feel that we're devoted to. Alright everybody, if you want to donate, check out ZSRM.ZeldaSpeedRuns.com. You can win some awesome prizes, including the grand prize, which is a Nintendo Switch OLED, the new model. I had it in hand last week, and the new screen is kind of sick. So,
It is.
Yeah. That's it, back to you.
Yeah, my partner got a Switch OLED. It looks incredible. The screen looks really good.
yeah, OLED Switch is really cool. Highly recommend it. Anyways, so here we are in Dungeon 5. Very movement heavy. There's actually not very many glitches in this dungeon outside of like one that we do, which is like a super jump that you don't even need to do. It's just raw movement execution, and it's so cool. So yeah, we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be killing Master Stalfos as fast as possible. And that's just so we can get our hook shot. And there's a lot of little strats you can do to save time on this fight. And yeah, it's a lot of, as I said, it's a lot of raw movement tech, a lot of corners to corner boost off of, a lot of water sections that you can mash through, which I really like. Optimize that like that, and then time for the best jump in the game. Perfect. Yeah, you can just barely make that jump through doing a dash jump down, and then abusing subpixels to walk down just a little bit to then get to the Nightmare Key.
Yeah, and Asha made that jump look really easy. It is not easy.
Yeah, you can do a setup for it, but I just run straight to it.
Yeah, one thing that does help, though, is being set up directly in the middle between the two tiles. Between the two... the words. Between the farthest left tile and the tile next to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, being in between those tiles makes it easy to, like... Makes it easier, I should say, to, like, climb up, so to speak.
Yeah.
Less likely to fall.
But yeah, you can like also just make that jump in general if you get a good jump.
Alright, so now, we actually killed Master Stalfos on the first go-around. We fought him 4 times, but we actually killed him on the first time. And he dropped a key for reasons. And it makes this route actually possible. So, Astra just clipped through a block by just like kind of mashing the hookshot a bunch of times up against it while clipped into the side. And that key block right there is what the key is required for. And this route's about 4 seconds faster than the next fastest D5 route.
Yeah, it's also easier. You don't have to do a stupid frame perfect, or not frame perfect, but a tight jump. So this is Slime Meal. Kind of an annoying fight depending on the spawns, but I got a really good fight there. Not optimal because you want to have one of the last spawns be at the top, but this is still like a close second.
Yeah, still really good.
Ooh, is this 3x? It's a flat. It's a 40 flat. Darn. Yeah, so like a good D5 is in the 4-3x range. A really good D5 is in the 4-2x range. But unfortunately, I got some pretty rough rooms at the beginning, and yeah, pretty much up until like Master Stalfos 1, it was kind of rough. So that lost me most of the time, but otherwise, really solid D5.
So upcoming... Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
Okay. Upcoming is like the trick in this game called Rooster Skip. And so you can buffer this, but it is essentially a... so it's technically double frame perfect, or it utilizes a called hookshot jumping, which you might have noticed that in D5 there was one point where Astra was on a pit and used the hookshot while like hovering over the pit, which you can do. So when the hookshot is retracting back to Link, you have 1 frame to jump, and the game will think you're on solid ground. And there's a large pit that we're supposed to use the rooster in Mabe Village that you awaken with the Frog Song of Soul with the ocarina that we don't have still, and we won't be getting. But instead, we're gonna do this trick called Rooster Skip, which does 2 hookshot jumps across that large gap. And you can buffer this, but it is faster to go unbuffered. But sometimes you just kind of, I'll just say it. Sometimes you just kind of need to buffer it. Like sometimes it just doesn't want to work, and buffering it is like an actually decent option.
Yeah, there's like certain frames that you enter the cave on that doesn't work for some reason. I'd actually have to like look into that, because for some reason hookshot jumping sometimes doesn't work on the same timing, it feels like, sometimes, and so it can be really awkward, and sometimes you just gotta buffer it.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing. I've noticed that sometimes it just doesn't ever want to work.
Yeah, and then plus you also have to deal with Bow Wow in this category, and he can get in your way. Yeah, I'm gonna try to focus on it real quick. Oh. Oh, double firsties.
Nice.
Both really risky. Those were like a frame away from falling. Yeah.
You were in the middle of that first tile.
Yeah, I was like not expecting to be that far left, and I saw Bow Wow so close, and I'm like, oh god, am I gonna make it? And then I jumped like down, and I'm like, oh, I only have 1 shot here.
Yeah,
double firsties was required.
You typically want to be like in between 2 tiles there, while firing the hookshot. Unless you're Astra. Unless you're Astra, in which case it doesn't matter. You can
just get double firsties.
Perfectly.
Also doing some fun little damage boosts there. Really fun.
But yeah, those jumps are both frame perfect, by the way, so that was really impressive. And that was super impressive.
Frame perfect? What is that?
60 FPS game as well.
Yeah. This actually would have been a pretty solid Enter D7 if not for some annoying enemy RNG, but yeah, no, still really good. Double firsties is nothing to scoff at. Little manipulation here to get Bow Wow to eat instantly.
Yep, I don't think we mentioned that Bow Wow in cutscenes is a thing. Bow Wow ate the D6 cutscene as well. Something to do with having a sprite on the screen like disappear or despawn, and that despawned sprite then takes the place of the cutscene sprite. And cutscenes are represented by sprites that Bow Wow can ingest.
Yeah.
And actually save time because it allows Link to move a lot sooner.
So here's another use of bomb triggers to completely demolish the game. Quite literally, actually. So normally you'd use a metal ball here, but we have better demolition tools. We have bombs. Don't have to do a whole puzzle or anything. We can just... Alright, puzzle's done. Hooray.
Yep, it's over.
Puzzle master right here.
Yeah,
Large
so
brain.
This has all been as intended so far, but don't worry, we actually we do the rest of the dungeon as intended.
Yeah. Or as Miyamoto intended, the ultimate enemies of Mario will fight us in a battle to the death. Please.
Yeah, so we have a 1 pixel window here to clip into the wall.
Hey!
And now
wow.
we just need to wait for the Goomba to
Bailing
move
me
to the
out
right,
here.
or you don't have to wait at all. That's fine too.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna bail you out a little bit. We're gonna give you a first try Goomba Surf. Yeah, that's a one. Oh, huh? I've never seen him spawn on there in my life. What? He like spawned in the tower. So yeah, we did a save and quit early here before Rooster Skip. That was not just for safety. That was also because if you save and quit, for some reason the game forgets that the bottom bar exists, and so we can abuse that to screen wrap kill the evil eagle, and it's really nice. So yeah, that was Dungeon 7 completed.
As intended.
As intended, yeah. As Miyamoto intended. He didn't make this game, but it was what he intended.
It's really funny because you have D5, which is like a mostly glitchless dungeon, and then you move on to D7, and D7 is just the most broken thing like ever.
Yeah. Like,
maybe not ever.
I know so many people who are like, I got lost here, I quit playing the game because of this dungeon, and then it's just like, what dungeon? We don't even do the dungeon. We just knock down some pillars and then jump off a Goomba and then, oh hey, we're here.
Yep, here's Marin, by the way. We're gonna save Marin, which gives you a long cutscene. Which unfortunately we have to watch. Never mind, we don't have to watch it. It's fine.
No, we can just jump past it. Honestly, I'm so glad that there's like some frames that you can just jump there, because I would not want to watch that cutscene every run.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the reasons why we can do D7 before D8 and have it save time.
Yeah, so I was about to say, fun fact, in the remake of this game, the speedrun, at least the glitchless speedrun, it is actually faster to split Dungeon 7 in 2 parts to avoid triggering the flag. That puts Marin on the bridge there.
I don't know where my bomb went.
That's
it
how
like
slow that
disappeared. So yeah, this is a flame cave skip. Who needs a level 2 shield when you can just clip into walls?
Yep, that's actually like the easiest skip to do in the entire game, by the way. If you can hold up and right and the A button, you can do that skip. Like it is. I mean, I don't use the word free lightly, but that trick is pretty free.
So yeah, this is the frog song skip, or just bomb triggering the turtle rock and then running through its head. You can also just run through the Turtle Rock's head in Turtle Rock's head in general.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That had to be pixel perfect. There's no way it wasn't.
Yeah, I agree. It looked like it.
Alright, coming up. So I did this little trick in D5 earlier as an optimization. But we can just do it here to clip through this block, and that's called a bookshot. If you have hookshot on the B button, wow, okay, I got dunked. Great. Thank you, Potaboos. Appreciate it. Shot and feather on A. Then hold a direction and press all of those on the same frame Link will get into this speedy jump hookshot state where Link will go zooming after using that to clip into that block and then go through it. And that skips getting a key. It also skips a whole trip to the left side of the dungeon. And then we can just go straight to Blano and get the magic rod.
Yes, so you might have seen the LA Warpless run not too long ago in the marathon. It was actually just last night. Actually skipped that mini boss. So Blano can be skipped in LA, but it cannot be skipped in LADX thanks to a difference in the rule set for out of bounds.
Yeah, also just did a thing called the lava swim. If you Jesus jump onto lava while transitioning and slashing your sword, or you have a perfect subpixel, the game gives you like a fake flippers sort of effect, where you can just swim in lava. Oh. That's fine. Back up. Trust me, I definitely have not had that happen before. I have had so many things happen to me in this game that I definitely have not just planned everything around it.
I think the lava has just, like, expanded at least a pixel since the start of this dungeon. First you have the drowning in the corner of the tiles, and then you have that. I think
also
the
nice,
lava
got the
nice
chest turn there. So fun fact about that chest turn, if you get the chest turn there, it actually is what's faster. If you get the chest turn, doing 2 dashes is faster, but if you don't get the chest turn, it's faster to diagonal jump and then chest turn. Or then dash. Now time for the most annoying boss in the game. Hothead. Didn't get the good spawn, but that's fine. Okay. Finish him off. I not bottom spawning. Bottom spawns is like the worst because it's hard to get enough shots on him. Kill him and normally I want to have him at the top so I can get my consistent 1 cycle, but it was not to be.
Yeah, there are a lot of little rules, so to speak, on Hothead, which determines whether or not he can actually take damage at any certain point. So first off, he has to be moving, and he also has to be, like, in a certain box that is not obvious to the player, like, at all. He's got to be within a certain area, and if neither of those conditions are met, Hothead just literally will not take any damage at all.
Yeah, he also just has insane iframes in general, for some reason. And he still makes, like, no sense even in the remake as well. So it's like, what were they thinking with that boss fight? I just don't know.
We have a different name for that boss. It's kind of like Hothead, but it's not quite. It substitutes one word for another. But yeah, this is a charity marathon, so I won't actually say it. But here we have D2. We are making the grand return to D2 with all of our decked out items. Our inventory is.
Oh, okay. I guess we're just gonna do this. I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what? Fine. Die. Because that Stalfos is mean.
Yeah, that room can be a pain. You have to kill the enemies in that room in a certain order.
I've not done it this way in a bit. Oh, please don't tell me. Are you kidding me, Pole's voice? I hate that Pole's voice with every ounce of my being. I also messed up my menu. It's fine.
You've had a lot of enemies, like, just kind of troll you in this run.
This game in general.
Yep.
I agree. Okay. My menu is completely mangled at this point. We have not mentioned the menu because this game has so much stuff in it. But because this fight is just so long, we can explain the importance of menuing. Menu route's important because there's like over 80 menus in this run. And essentially just menu however fast you want, and you can get your items as quickly as you want. Also, yeah, this fight is very fun. You can just skip all the cycles. It's wonderful to do. So it just takes the, and then we can just do a setup there with the magic rod. You know, kill him in one cycle.
So that's the last instrument of the run, and now we're going to head over to the Windfish Egg and play the ocarina that we don't have. Once again.
Yeah.
By that, I mean we're just going to bomb trigger
Also,
the
it looks
cutscene.
like frames are dropping. Yeah, and it looks like my internet is... But we should be good again.
If you need to, you can stop streaming on Discord.
Yeah, we're dropping frames quite heavily right now.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna stop, hopefully, being really inconsistent right now.
On anymore in this run. So I will say though that this part of this fight, at least part of this fight, can be manipulated. Actually, we can manipulate the blob quick kill and also Aghanim.
Oh, I don't have my manip.
Yeah, I would get that up.
You know what? What do I want to do here? Do I even have time to pull it up? I don't think I do. You know what? I'm gonna just go
on minutes.
Oh, by memory. I'm not. I'm gonna try to go by memory.
All right.
Or I guess we are going on Manipped because we could not get the slash. So yeah, this is Aghanim. This is basically RNG at this point on the third cycle onward. You can shoot a energy ball or a blue ball. And we want him to shoot an energy ball. We're almost there. Please just... I manipped it.
Did you get 0?
Also, I messed up 0. Oh, yeah.
Wow, nice.
Also, I dropped the mold on a quick kill. That's fine. That is the item. Die faster, mold. So normally you can just stun lock him, but I dropped the stun lock. It's fine though. Please. Fine. This is Ganon. I don't know what that is. And then we have our good pal, Death Eye.
Yep, Death Eye requires 16 arrows to kill. And you can get 4 arrows in per cycle, so at best it will take 4 cycles.
Yeah, that's a clink.
And you can actually use damage iframes here as well to make it a little bit easier to hit the eye.
Yeah. I have to get the rest of the shots in, so I'm gonna play it a little safe. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And then we will be stopping to white and time. Ah, there it is.
GG.
end, but yeah. Time I got at the end was a 54:20.
Yeah, job frames up.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, sorry. It is completely
Reload
desynced
it.
at the end, but that's okay when it's fine.
But we finished the run anyway. Anyways, well, thanks for watching the run. Sorry for all the tech issues.
Us. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
And good run as well.
Yeah, shoutouts to TGH for, being here for commentary. Shoutouts to the ZSR staff for hosting this marathon and stuff like that. And, of course, the Link's Awakening community. If you want to run this game, which I highly recommend, it's a very low barrier to entry. We have a bunch of resources and stuff, and we have a bunch of people who are happy to help you out. We have a very welcoming environment at the Discord, and, join it. It's really good time. And yeah, of course, if you're interested in LA Warpless, which was shown earlier, or Link's Awakening Switch, it is all in that Discord as well. So yeah, feel free to join that Discord if you have any interest in any of the games.
Yeah, but honestly, this category as well makes for a pretty good first speed game for somebody as well. Would highly recommend it.
Yeah, it can be really hard at a top level, but, as at just like a normal baseline level, starting out, it is a really low barrier to entry. And honestly, just a really fun time to just learn all the tricks.
Easy to get into, hard to master, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely good first speed game.
Alrighty, thank you so much to the two of you, Astra, TGH, for doing the run. No worries about the frames at the end. That's an online marathon to you. It just happens at times. Was a cool showcase though. We're getting to see the Windfish.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it for now for Link's Awakening. Actually, 40 different iterations of Link's Awakening during this marathon. It's 3 runs of it, and now we're done with it. Thank you all so much for watching so far. We're gonna be right back with Oracle of Ages, done by Gabe Logan SR. Stay tuned for that one. It's gonna be back in a few minutes, and see you soon.
Bye.